Anescribe founder, Dr. Jeremy Frederick, welcomes you to our team. You have been invited to join an exciting and revolutionary new product and service in the arena of American medicine. The electronic medical records offered by Anescribe will shortly set anesthesia providers free from obsolete technology, first in America and then the world. As part of our team, you will shortly have access to secrets and private information that Americans tell their healthcare providers with an expectation of privacy and secrecy. The information they share under these circumstances is called Protected Health Information, or PHI. What makes Anescribe compliant with federal law is that all individuals and business entities with access to its contents, even if they are encrypted, have agreed to properly handle Americans' private healthcare details and data. The law that makes this data private and portable, meaning patients have a right to access their own data and take it to another doctor, is called the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA for short. Each team member, part-time or full-time, regardless of their nationality, regardless of their location when they access Anescribe PHI, must first sign an acknowledgement of training in this law. Separate videos on more basic HIPAA terms and concepts will begin shortly. Once you have watched this, OICIS, and other required videos, you will have the option to sign an acknowledgement that you completed this training. You will be asked to undergo more training from time to time, as repeat training is also required by law. Team members who choose not to sign will not be given access to PHI, and their role with our team will be limited or may cease altogether. The mainstay of HIPAA compliance at Anescribe will be encryption for all electronic PHI. That means you need a password to see it. We will encrypt PHI in transit and at rest. In the course of offering technical support and help to providers, they will email, call, or chat with you about specific patient records, often requiring a patient's name, date of birth, or other identification. Our email policy lays out specific steps to ensure HIPAA compliance. You should read that policy and acknowledge that you will abide by it. In the course of programming, administering, and maintaining electronic medical records at Anescribe, you will have access to electronic PHI. That makes you a cybersecurity professional. While steps above are important to avoid accidental exposure of individuals' electronic PHI, which we must try to avoid by law, there are much larger threats than glitches or occasional human error. In spring of 2024, a massive cybersecurity breach penetrated a major U.S. health system called Change Healthcare. It is estimated to have cost over $800 million in lost revenue, rebuilt systems, and possibly ransom. Also, the delivery of healthcare to millions of Americans was delayed, even though they have the world's most expensive healthcare system. This breach was a ransomware attack, probably enabled by phishing. Ransomware is when criminals demand payment to unlock your information technology. Unsurprisingly, those criminals took the money twice and did not unlock the system. Months later, we now know that criminals were able to access enormous amounts of PHI because workers at Change Healthcare did not use basic protections. So what are basic cybersecurity steps you should take for Anescribe? First, your password should be strong and unique. Signing us up for or a third-party service with password 123 is unacceptable. Don't change it later, change it now. Second, a criminal gained a user's password to Change Healthcare. Maybe it was easy to guess, or it was phished. Phishing with a PH means a criminal tricks a legitimate worker with access to PHI into sharing their password. This can be done by an urgent or threatening email or phone call and can redirect to a similar but phony website. Be suspicious of any stranger who urges you to share your credentials for Anescribe. Don't share logins with or use the same password as anyone else who works at Anescribe. Danger from phishing and password guessing can be reduced with practices like two-factor identification. We now know that Change Healthcare was not using this when they were hacked at a cost of $800 million. Two-factor identification is an easy and basic step. By requiring a text or a face glance on your smartphone with every log in, A criminal would need to know your password and steal your cell phone to gain your access to a secure system like Anescribe or Change Healthcare. So ransomware, phishing, and intentional exposure are all common scams designed by criminals to pierce HIPAA protection and collect illegal payment or cause chaos. Our training will include specific examples. It can happen at Anescribe. Now that you are aware that criminals are actively trying to deceive both you and providers constantly, there are steps that you must take while you work at Anescribe with electronic PHI. 1. Never share your password with anyone. 2. Use two-factor ID with your personal cell phone to log into Anescribe servers when possible. If you do not wish to use your personal smartphone number, a call to your home landline or a flip phone without internet can be provided. 3. Never read anyone's username or password aloud. 4. Never request another Anescribe provider or team member to read their username or password over the phone. 5. If you receive an email attachment from a user you do not know, do not open the attachment. You will not get in trouble for delays in responding to email for this reason. If you receive an email requesting you to log in to Anescribe servers, close the email and use your typical login page. If you receive a suspicious email or are not sure what to do, you can ask your supervisor without risk of being faulted or getting in trouble. 8. If you realize you have been tricked or may have broken any protocol above, you must report it to your supervisor. It is always hard to admit you made a mistake. We understand. Please tell us right away so we can find a solution together. This video is part of your HIPAA training because keeping patient data secret is the law. More videos on HIPAA basics will follow. You are now aware that criminals will try to trick you. Welcome to Anescribe. You are a cybersecurity professional now, so please act accordingly.